This is a short preview of the British Enduro Championship Series 1995. 6 rounds this year, and as usual we start with the Breckland 2-day Enduro. No hills to contend with here, but this is always a tough event. As usual, a very big turnout, well over 200 riders. In the championship class, it was quite a battle between Rob Sartin, he was number 27, and Rob Meek, who was number 31. Sartin won the first day, and Meek won the second. And he took the Premier Award by just 1.5 seconds. As usual, there were 1 or 2 tricky corners. Local rider Sean Crouch. Round 2 of the series, the Iscar Enduro, and looking much drier than it was last year. Andy Tails had just come up into the championship class. Perhaps the best part of the test was this jump across the forest road. That was Wayne Westwood. This is Rob Sartin.
Sartin.
Derek Little on the second day now. Tim Lewis. And that was Carl Tiley, and he went on to win both days here at the Iscar. Round 3 of the series was the Melville Enduro up in Scotland. I'm afraid I missed that one. So now we go on to round 4, the Dovey. And we got a new expert rider this year, making quite a name for himself, Ewan Knight from the Isle of Man. He won the second day at the Iscar and both days at the Melville. And he went on to win both days here at the Dovey. It was dry here this weekend, so the going quite dusty in places. But some of the corners on the test were a bit slippery. And there was a boggy section on the bottom of the test. Peter Burke trying his best to keep that Kawasaki out of the mud. Steve Colville goes over the bars to look for a good line. 2 enjoyable days at the Dovey. Now we go on to round 5, the Raider 2-day Enduro. Chris Walton back on the bike. He'd had a big crash at the Dovey. Lots of technical going here at Raider. Julian Crimp hit in 1 or 2 of the bumps. This was a tricky spot here. Rob Sartin was on top form this weekend. He won every test at Kidwelly Hill. And it was the same in the expert class. Ewan Knight won all 4 tests there. This is his first year in the British Championship Series. He's come straight in as an expert. And someone said he's got a younger brother at home. The winner in the clubman class was Rowan Jones. He was riding a Yamaha 125. On to the final round of the series, the Beacons Enduro. And it was going to be a close thing between Adi Smith and John Deacon in the championship. They were battling it out for the runner-up position. Ewan Knight nearly lost it then, but I think it was his only mistake of the weekend. He went on to win both days, and he was the top expert rider in 1995. Although Matt Lewis had problems on day 2 of the Beacons, he still finished runner-up in the series. He'd won both days at the Breckland and the first day of the Iscar. Mark Vaughan had a very bad start at the Breckland, but came good after that, winning the 125cc expert class. Some of the clubman riders here at the Beacons had not heard about this part of the course, the sunken road. It was Bob Perrin's favourite spot. The clubman class this year had been dominated by the 125cc riders, and Greg Pascoe finished in third place overall. Winhope finished runner-up in the series. He'd had 8 seconds this year, and he finished on a high, winning the last round here at the Beacons. And the top clubman rider, Rowan Jones from Llanidloes, he'd won 10 of the rounds in the series. And the British champion this year, it's Rob Sartin from Yeovil, riding a Yamaha 250. Rob won 8 out of the 12 rounds. Remember, this film is just a short preview of the 1995 British Enduro Championship Series. The main film runs for 2.5 hours. And it covers the best of the action in all the different classes.